In Britain, the Romans constructed a comprehensive network of paved trunk roads during their 4 centuries of occupation. Pre-Roman Britons used unpaved tracks for their communications, including very ancient ones running along elevated ridges of hills. In contrast, the Roman roads were paved to permit freight wagons to be used in all seasons and weather, and to allow the rapid movement of troops and military supplies. Roman roads remained in use as core trunk roads for centuries after the Romans withdrew from Britain in 410 AD. Systematic construction of paved highways did not resume in England until the 18th century. Roman roads were designed to follow a course which was as straight as possible, as this provided the quickest route for the marching Roman legions. The road was dug about 1 metre in depth and about 7 metres in width. Large stones were then put in the base and used for lining the sides. It was then filled with gravel and sand. The surface was created with stones, often pentagonal in shape, 5-sided, and fitted together to make the top layer of the road. The roads were sloped from the centre so that rainwater would drain off into ditches at the sides of the roads. Stone mile markers were often placed along the roads to let travellers know how far to the next safe overnight stop. Icknield Street, sometimes known as Ricknield Street, was a Roman road which began at the Fosse Way at Bourton in the Water. The route from Bourton went north, crossing the River Avon at Bidford and eventually continuing to Ulster, which was a Roman town and had a Roman fort overlooking the junction where the River Olne joined the River Arrow. Beyond Ulster it continued north, passing through the area which is now Redditch, and continuing on through Birmingham, crossing Watling Street, the modern A5, north of Birmingham at Wall. It then continued on past Burton-on-Trent, Derby, and finishing at Rotherham, which was a major Roman fort. The road was an important Roman north-south road, and the total length was about 80 miles. As with most Roman roads, Icknield Street was incorporated into the roads which slowly appeared over the following centuries. It can be followed on a modern atlas from its start at Bourton-on-the-Water through modern roads and tracks to well beyond the north of Birmingham. Until the 1960s it passed by Redditch as a minor country road, although a short portion carried the B4497 which joined the B4101, which was the route to Coventry. With the advent of the new town, the area to the east of the River Arrow was covered with housing and industrial developments. However, the route of Icknield Street has not been lost. Stretches of the road were retained as footpaths, as the photograph's right show. The top photograph is the path between Churchill Centre and Papermill Drive, and the lower photograph is the path parallel to Icknield Street Drive in the Arrow Valley Park South. So walking along these paths follows a route developed for the Roman army nearly 2,000 years ago.